He is an Emmy and Peabody Award-winning comedian. He's appearing next week at the Punchline out in Sacramento, California. It's on April the 21st through the 23rd.
You should come on your private jet.
Oh. I don't have a private jet. Do you? He also works on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. What's Stewart like in real life? You like him?
Yeah, he's a very nice.
He's a big fan of mine. I can just tell by watching the show. So anyway, so we all go through the groping, fondling, grabbing, touching, squeezing, whatever it happens to be. All right. By the way, I don't really care. You can do whatever you want to me, except I prefer to go through. I don't know, but do you want to be seen naked?
Or want some wine and music?
Ben Franklin said it best.
But look at this. A 6-year-old girl.
Yeah,
You got to be kidding me.
No, listen. Anything that keeps kids off a plane, I don't care. I really don't. Honestly. Listen, they're not sure what to tell her, like what that was about. Just say, look, you were in a long line. You were aggressively touched by a stranger in a costume. You were at Disneyland. Just tell her that.
No, but I think this is too much, you guys. This was too much. This was a kid. What does she have? What is she going to do?
First of all, look at that. You don't see anything protruding. There's
I'm the only one that disagrees.
Honestly,
because this is the New World Order. The terrorists aren't these guys with goatees.
It's not that little girl
Well, you don't know that anymore.
No, I'm looking at her. Tell me where the bomb is.
They have you checking lotion as part of the war on terror.
Said those who sacrificed liberty for security deserve neither. We've been sacrificing our liberty for this ridiculous sense of security.
Aren't you friends with Chuck Schumer? Didn't he get mad?
No,
that's I think it's time. I think it's time we have some real security at the airports and not just show that they have. They're patting down 6-year-old and my grandmother.
Yeah, but
Chris, you're actually going to defend this little girl, not letting her go.
I don't want the little girl to be pat down. I don't want that grandmother.
The three of you agree, and I disagree. I really do. I mean, they have me checking. I travel all the time.
So
and they have me check lotion, and I'm still, because of that idiot Richard Reed with the shoe bomber.
What are you doing with the lotion?
I'm still checking. Well,
I don't want to go there. It's a family show.
That wasn't me. Look, I have a kid. It's unsettling to see it, but I'd rather that right now because I think you're right. We're not sure where it's coming from, and it's certainly not coming from the typical terrorist guy that we all think of in our minds.
But I think we should profile. I think we should profile.
What about that?
I think that there are certain people that, I mean, come on.
All right, so we're going to give more attention to an exchange student from Yemen than we will a 6-year-old girl or a 90-year-old grandmother.
We should.
We should, unless the grandmother has a little bit of a beard, which is possible at that age.
That is so wrong. That is so wrong.
I'm Italian. I can say that.
That was so wrong.
But don't you think when the terrorists are standing on the sidelines?
I hope your grandmother hears this.
She did.
She did. She just rolled over in her
DVRing
grave.
it.
When the terrorists see us checking lotion and shoes in part of the war on terror, I feel like they're standing off to the side going, look at them checking lotion and shoes. They have no idea we're going to blow them up with bobby pins and M&Ms. Like, they are so far ahead of where we are anyway.
They're not, because we actually fought this battle for 8 years, and while people on the left demonized it, we've been very effective. Now, with all that said, there are people out there that hold this Islamic extremist view. Now, Belgium and France, they said no to the burqa.
Well, yeah, look at that.
Well, but isn't that necessary?
They should. Look, that is a terrorist risk right there. You can't see anything. You just see eyes. Number one and number two.
In the winter in Vermont, you can't see anything either.
Would that be a case where we profile? Is that fair? Do you concerned if people are fully covered? Loose clothing.
Yeah.
If you don't have a way to be able to monitor what people are doing when they're getting on the plane, then maybe you have to pat them down. But I think patting down a 4-year-old or a 6-year-old is kind of ridiculous right now. So
what about I'm asking about people.
A woman in a burqa, if you can't scan her, I mean, I don't know, maybe.
Listen, I want religious liberty. I feel that often the case that religious liberty doesn't exist for women that live under Sharia.
I agree. And I think the adjustments have to be made for a new world order. And if that means, you have to adjust your religious views and your religious practices, then so be it.
I really have a hard time believing that God cares how we dress. That's just